Our geometry unit continues, and you see this is different than what we've been looking at. So we were going to talk about parallel lines and something called a transversal. So all this writing you see on here, handwriting and pencil, I'm not using my blue pen today, will not be on the document that you turn in. So if you want to write it on there, you will have to freeze the video and transfer it over. So there's only going to be one document. It's the assignment, and it's blank. So anyway, parallel lines we're probably familiar with, lines that never meet. A transversal is the line that cuts through the parallel lines. So this line is the transversal. Now when you do that, 8 angles are formed. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 of the angles are acute angles, and 4 of the angles are obtuse angles. And if you forget those words, an acute angle is less than 90 degrees. It would look something like that. Obtuse is greater than 90 degrees. And of course, a right angle is 90 degrees. And the other vocabulary word here is an acute angle is supplementary to an obtuse angle. That means that they will add up to 180 degrees. And in this figure, all of the acute angles are congruent. Well, you can see they're all 60. They're all the same measure. So there's really only 2 numbers in that diagram. 4 of them are obtuse, and they all have the same number. 4 are acute. They have the same number. So we're going to do this number 1 here together. And all we have to do is name the angles that are congruent to, see up here, name the angles that are congruent to the indicated angle. The indicated angle is angle 1. So I'm going to use a color pencil here. So angle 1 is a big, obtuse angle. Look at that. Which other angles look like they're that big? So let's just go through a couple. What do you think about angle 2? Does that arc look as big? No. So that's not one of the answers. What about angle 4? No. What about angle 3? Yes, that looks obtuse. So this, one of the answers here is angle 3. Now that's not less than. I was using the less than symbol up above. And you just keep going through the diagram, and you can see angle 6, angle 8, they are acute angles. And as you can probably see, angle 5 and angle 7 are the other 2 answers. And notice they're sitting in the same place. See, like the upper left-hand corner, the lower right. If you come down here, they're kind of sitting in the exact same place. So angle 5, angle 7. So these 2 I'll leave to you. At the bottom, we're going to start dealing with numbers now. So remember, there's only 2 numbers in each diagram. So let's go look for angles that look like they're that big. It's a big angle, 150 degrees. Well, I don't think it's this one. Look how small that is. I don't think it's that one. Right across from it, that one. So I'm going to erase that arc. You don't have to draw that. So to label or write the measure on the diagram. That's 150. In fact, I'm going to remove those. They're just kind of helping me find my answers. Look at that one. That looks like a 150. And so does this one. Now, where do I get my other number from? Well, remember, they have to add up to 180, right? So just subtract the 150 from 180. All of my other angles are 30 degrees. So I'll just squeeze 30s in there. And these 2 are the same. Same question, different numbers. Okay, and on the back now, we start to get into a lot of the vocabulary. And we're going to be making sense out of these words over the next couple of lessons. So we already talked about transversal. We already talked about congruent. Alternate angles are on different sides of the transversal. Adjacent angles, it says share a common side. It's like next door neighbors. Angles 1 and 2 are adjacent. See, they share this wall here. It's not a wall, but I'm trying to, just picture it like 2 rooms in this building. 1 and 4 are adjacent. 4 and 3. 3 and 2. So maybe for adjacent, think next door neighbors. Okay? If that helps you picture that. So here we go. These are the big 3 we're going to learn today. The first one is alternate interiors. Let's think about that. Okay, interior means inside. So I'm going to erase some of this pencil mark. We're only looking at these angles for alternate interior. okay, inside the parallel lines. You see where I'm at? Alternate means different sides of the transversal. So alternate interior would be 3 and 5. And see how they're both obtuse? They're congruent. And 4 and 6. And that's all over here. 3 and 5 and angle 4 and angle 6. Alternate exterior is the opposite. They are outside the parallel lines. Okay? That's what exterior means. The exterior of your car is the outside. So angles 1 and 7. See, here's 1. You have to jump way out here to the other side of the transversal. 1 and 7. You can see the other pair, 2 and 8. So that's where this is coming from. And finally, the other one we need to know, the big one today, is corresponding angles. I sometimes call them matching angles. Okay, so we're going to use this diagram on the, oh, okay, it's the same diagram. I've made sure they were numbered the same way, so it doesn't matter. Corresponding means the angle that corresponds to angle 1 is the one that matches it down below. See, upper left, 1 and 5. Angle 2 is in the top right of this part. Well, angle 6 is in the upper right of this part. And same, angle 3, I'll shade that one in, angle 7. And finally, angle 4 and angle 8. Let me delete all of that. So I'm going to leave this up to you, and then the video is finally over, right? I want you to write on these spaces, like angle 1 and angle 8. Are they alternate interior? You can abbreviate over here. Alternate exterior, or corresponding angles. So your answers are going to be AI, AE, or C. It's a vocabulary question. And finally, down below, list all angles congruent to the given angle. And the given angle here is this 43-degree angle. So 3 answers. Which 3 angles look like they're congruent to angle 43? Well, it's not angle 43, it's the 43-degree angle. And then finally, number 8, list all angles congruent to angle 5. You don't have to explain your reasoning. We'll talk about that. Okay? That is our assignment. If you need any help, not sure how to interpret some of this, let me know.